Hello everybody and welcome to my YouTube channel. Some of you might have been following my journey of studying at WU BBE. You've seen my previous videos where I tell my experience there, and also I post a lot of stories about it on my Instagram page. But in today's video I want to sum it all up because I finished my third year of WU BBE and I have almost graduated. I just need to write my bachelor thesis, and I also need several free elective courses to complete. And the free elective courses is just like subject choose yourself. It can be language studies, it can be workshops, it can be social skills, it can be anything you want, or like also an internship you can complete at a company. So yeah, that's like you get 26 ECTS to do that, and you can allocate them however you like. And ECTS is a word you will hear very often once you start your studying. It's like points you get for each subject, and you need 180 ECTS to graduate a bachelor's. So yeah. And my story goes that unfortunately, due to COVID and visa challenges, for the first proper offline semester here in Vienna, which was the previous winter, the winter semester, just like previously, I couldn't come here in October because my visa was still in progress, and I could only come here at the end of November, and the 22nd of November to be exact. And when I came here, the lockdown started, so I couldn't attend a lot of 5 of my courses because of attendance reasons. I was writing emails to my professors about the situation. They let me skip 2 or 3 lectures, but then they couldn't postpone it longer. So unfortunately, I had to deregister from 4 or 5 courses in the winter semester. And then I came here in Vienna. They all started going online anyways, and I was a bit frustrated, but it turned out for the better. I really enjoyed my winter semester here, and I went out with a lot of my students during that time. So yeah, we went to walk around Vienna because it was the only allowed thing. So we're just walking. So I discovered a lot of Vienna. I rediscovered it, let's say. I was like a tourist in my own city where I live. And now to start with the studies, we just have the bachelor thesis, and I think and the free elective courses to finish. So I've completed the specialization courses, the introductory phase, the main phase. So I think I have the authority or the knowledge to tell you about how the studies go here. And to sum it all up, I really enjoyed it. You will have a few situations that might be a bit stressful, challenging, but other than that, it went perfectly. I don't regret a single day that I study here. And let me tell you how it goes. So when you first start studying, you will actually be in this building lot where I am now. It's a building at WU. It's called TC. It's kind of an iron, made from iron boards, kind of the outside of it. And downstairs at the ground floor, you will have the Audio Max, and it's the biggest lecture room. It can fit more than 240 students for sure, because that's where all your first lectures, where you start together as a group, start. So the introductory phase, the business and society subject, and the contemporary challenges of business economics will be down there, and it's kind of a very big movie room, I would say. I would describe it like that. And the professors have microphones in their hands and so on. So you start your introductory phase, which you must complete to further pursue the courses. As there are 3 subjects, the other one is also quantitative methods. It's math and programming. And a lot of students, when they start studying, they don't know programming at all. You have to program in RStudio. It's used in academic life mostly. It's not used for programming games, but it's used to do data analysis and all that, and graphs. And a lot of students struggle with that, but it's worth the struggle because now that I read articles and so on, I know how certain tests, like analysis or hypothesis tests, will run. So I feel proud of myself for pushing myself and learning how to code certain things. And then the main program phase starts, where you have most of your courses. It's a very big chunk of knowledge for the first 3 semesters. And all the courses, you have a schedule, a perfectly made schedule made for you by the WU staff. The first 3 semesters are all planned out. You can deviate from that schedule if you really like to. If you want to take more or less courses for different reasons, if you want to finish earlier, for example, the ideal time to finish this program is 3 years. Some people can take 2.5 years if they want. Some people can take 3.5, 4, 5, 6 years, however you prefer. And yeah, that's a beautiful thing about having all the freedom at this university to choose the courses, to choose at what pace you take them and how long you choose to study. Nobody's gonna run after you, force you to finish in 3 years. No, because I'm very calmly just proceeding my studies and finishing in 3.5, for example, years, or 4 years. Nobody's pushing me, nothing bad is happening in my life or stressful. It's very nice, actually. It's actually more peaceful to do that. So the first 3 semesters, I recommend to just stick into the schedule they have. You'll have around 6 subjects per semester. That's more than enough to be busy. So if you want to be even busier, you can take some like additional courses, like free electives. You can complete them starting from the first semester until the last semester. It's up to you when you take them. But I don't recommend doing it in the first 3. Just get used to everything, get used to your classmates, to Vienna life, go out, enjoy the social life, network with people, go to events hosted by the university or their partners. And just, I would say for the first 3 semesters, don't worry about it, because they make such a schedule that nothing overlaps. Like you will have exams on different dates, lectures on different dates, because after the first 3 semesters, that's when the freedom starts. And that's when you can choose your specializations. You can choose 2, and there are around 20 or something specializations in English available to choose from. And also the free electives, and you need 26 ECTS of them. And it really depends on what you take and depends on how many courses you have and how many ECTS each course is worth. Usually a free elective course is worth from like 2 to 4 ECTS, more or less, that's approximation. And all those courses you can see in the WU course catalog. I will leave a screenshot right here. It will appear on the screen, or it will also be linked in the description box down below, because a lot of people struggle with finding the courses they need. All the links will be down below, don't worry. And the freedom also has its challenges, because you yourself need to plan your courses so that they don't overlap with each other, and you don't have the same different exams on the same day, because then you have a problem. You don't what do you do? So with freedom, because I remember when I was doing it, I was printing out all the syllabus for all the subjects I would possibly take and I had to choose from, and I would compare all the days if they would correlate with each other or not, or the lecture would clash with each other. And there is also a very nice tool I actually later found out after printing out everything. I found out there is a tool for that. It's called LV Planner, and it's a tool made by the Students' Union, and you can use it with your WU login data. And you can basically add courses there with their numbers, and you can see the schedule will pop up automatically. You will see visually on the calendar, and all the overlaps will be marked in red, so you would be able to identify them and see if they work for you, or you need to really switch up the subject you're taking. So the specializations, you have around 20 of them. You can apply to 4 in 1 semester, and then you ideally need just to take 2, because you need only 40 CTEs for specializations, and each specialization is worth either 10, there are 4 specializations that are worth 10 CTEs, and the other ones are worth 20 CTEs. So you just need 2 specializations. I chose Entrepreneurship and Innovation and Strategy Managerial Accounting, and I completed them both. And I got very good grades. In the E&I specialization, I got a 1, which is an excellent. And the Strategy Managerial Accounting one, I got a 2, which is good. So I'm really happy with that. It's also a big chunk of your studies, and it's very important, because this is the areas you choose to specialize in. It gives you a bit in-depth knowledge, for example, in entrepreneurship or in the accounting sphere. And and there's the tax law, there is economics, mathematics, economic score, macroeconomics, whatever you prefer, social sciences, history of economics. There is so much specializations to choose from, and to each its own. You have to basically choose what works for you, what you like best. And for that, just look at the syllabus in the course catalog. All the details, courses, links you need, professors that are teaching will be there. Another great tool is WU Prof Check, is when you enter a professor's name and you can see the ratings the other students gave to that professor. It's really fun because you can see their rating, or you can see the top rated professors. And actually the very first course at WU BBE called Business Society, we will taught to you by the top rated professor in there. So he's into the top group professors. So you might be looking forward to that. It's amazing. Everybody clapped in his lectures after the end. It was really nice. And even though he didn't care about attendance so much, basically everybody would show up. There would be almost at least 80% of students would be in his lectures because we enjoyed them so much. And all the professors who are either interesting or very interesting. They're all good. Some of them are a bit more energetic, some a bit more knowledgeable, but a bit more calm. They have a bit monotone voice. But I would say all professors were very helpful. If you need to approach them, you can email them, call them, go up to them after the lecture. They would be very willing to help you out. You just need to, don't do it on a Friday evening, because then nobody will answer you over the weekend. So if you need to solve something, please make sure you solve it before Friday evening, because that's when everybody relaxes. So the working staff relaxes, and the students, it's the weekend either of partying or of stressful studying for the upcoming exams. You never know which one it is, depending on the time of the year. And that's about the professors here. And the specializations, so you choose them, and the free electives, you can choose anything. There are a lot of courses in IT, social sciences, language workshops, and they're also they're called additional courses, brackets BBE. You can also find them in the course catalog. You can even take those courses from other universities. There's just so many opportunities. You just need to pick the ones you like. You can also do language courses for like 2 ECTS. They're like a language tandem, like exchange. You pick a partner, and you teach your native language to them, and they teach their native language to you. So that's, you can get 2 ECTS for that if you want to do like formally. So yeah, that's like, you can get those free elective ECTS from anything. Like an internship company, you can also get 8 ECTS for that. So it really depends up to you how you plan it. I personally chose the Spanish language because when you're applying for the marketing masters, if you complete the first 2 courses, the level 1 and level 2 courses, it serves you as proof for your language, for your 3rd language, because you need 3 languages for you to know. And after the 3rd semester, I would say try to look a bit further into the masters, which you might like, and their requirements, and see like where you need to focus on. For example, if you need 3 languages, maybe taking the language courses is a good idea, because that's the easiest way for you to prove your language knowledge. You just pass them and that's it. And yeah, so that's about the free elective specializations. The main program phase, it's a lot of subjects. I can also pop a picture right now when I edit this video with the picture, and the timetable is shown to you there. And then the thesis comes. So you can write your thesis with anyone, any professor at WU basically. And you can choose to write with an institute. For example, you have a specialization, Introductory and Innovation, and you can choose to write your thesis with that institute, with the same institute, with one of the topics they have. Because after each lecture, they will like, if you're interested in the topics covered in this lecture, you can contact this professor and this professor, and they're specialized in this topic, so you can write a thesis on these topics with them. So you just, throughout your studies, let's say after the 3rd semester, try to see which professors you like, which topics you like, and maybe pick your like 2 or 3 professors, contact them and see whether they agree to do it or not. Like if they can like take you with the topic and so on. Usually they're very helpful, and they will reply to you and say, okay, yes or no. And then from there you go. And the bachelor thesis, it's worth 10 ECTS actually, so it's quite a lot of work. So it's not just like 1 week, it's around 30 to 40 or to 50 pages you need to write on one specific topic you choose. And a lot of students tell me they either end up loving the topic they chose or hate it. Because like if you choose a topic carefully, and then, because then you will have like a semester to work on it, usually maybe a bit less, but like around a semester. And then all the time you'll be spent on researching it, formulating thoughts, writing it, citing other resources, finding out literature. And that if you like a topic, you will enjoy it. If you don't, then unfortunately for you, you either have to switch it or you just have to suffer through it and then just get a grade and then graduate, and that's it. And you say bye-bye to all that. So that's the thesis. And a fun fact about graduation though, there is no such thing as like a whole cohort ceremony of graduation, because it's so flexible. People finish at different times. Like people might finish their thesis in different months. People might finish in 5 semesters or in 7 semesters. So you can look up the graduation. There's like a graduation in the library building of WU, but you have to pay for that. And you basically have to subscribe in advance to that. You have like to register there, because the places get taken up a lot, get taken up very quickly, because well, that's for the German programs as well, for the BBE program. So you can expect to be very popular and like sell out, let's say, very quickly, like concert tickets. And yeah. But you don't get like much caps, or you don't get the capes like in the USA, like you throw the caps and like there's a party. No, just the director gives you a speech, so they call out your name, you get up, you get the diploma, and then you go. A much shorter way is just calling the student service center at the library or emailing them saying, hey, I want to pick up my diploma. And they're like, oh yeah, sure. And then you make an appointment and you just pick it up and then you go out. Nothing happens. So you go inside the university, you get the paper you worked 3 years for very hard, or maybe even more, or maybe a bit less. And then you walk out and then it's done. And then you just feel, okay, what now? So yeah, that's about the graduation. So the program gives you just so much flexibility. It's just like, it's there for you to use so many opportunities that you can also go on an exchange semester. It's also really nice. Unfortunately, because of COVID, I didn't pursue the opportunity, but all of my friends went to the USA or to Lisbon, and they enjoyed it really much. So you could also see which partner universities you like, because I think WU has over 100 partner universities around the world, and you can see where you like best and see like there's also an Excel sheet how competitive each program is. Like for example, there are 3 places in this university and like 32 people applying, so you might apply to a couple just to make sure you get a spot at least one of your preferences. And I'm planning to maybe use the exchange opportunity in my master's program, because right now I'm finishing it. I just want to graduate and then see what else I do. I like Vienna very much, so I don't need the need to move for half a year to another city or country. I prefer like the comfort. It's my comfort zone right now. So yeah, I'll see how it goes with masters, because after I graduate, I'm planning to apply to masters here as well. It's very easy as a WU BBE student or as a WU student in general, like a Bachelor WU student, because then you don't have to provide any additional proof. You just submit your diploma. Because for people from other universities, they sometimes might need to take the GMAT or the GRE test to like prove their I think it's called education aptitude or something. And for WU students, you don't need any of that. You just apply. You just, hey, I want to apply, and that's very easy. So there are, I think, around 9 English taught, or maybe a bit less, masters at WU. And the ones I really like is the marketing/SEMS master, which is very competitive to get in. It's also the digital economy and the innovation one. I don't remember the full name of it, but it has the word innovation in it. And I'm really interested in that, so I might pursue it as well. So it's like 3 preferences. And for masters, you apply, you have, throughout the year, you have 3 deadlines, 1 in autumn, in winter, and in spring. And then you choose top 3 preferences, you apply there, and then you see where you get in. And then the masters start in the autumn semester, like always. They don't have a summer semester start. They always start in the winter semester, which begins in October. So for me right now, I have the winter semester, and then I also have the summer semester before my master's start. So I have like 1 year, and I will see how to best allocate it. It'll probably be a lot of work as well on the projects, on the course, and so on. So yeah, I will see what I will do this by time. And one thing I would like to pursue is learning German, because I've came to this conclusion that to survive here or to study at WU BBE, you don't need German. A lot of international people will also be studying with you, and they will be in the same situation of not knowing German that well. So yeah, you don't have to panic about that. But when you get here and you start getting used to everything after the first semester, maybe I would advise starting learning German to at least like an A2 level, to be able to have like basic communication in cafes, restaurants, or grocery shops. And then also when you want to work here, if you want, like for example, part-time, you can work as soon as a part-time job, then you very often, very, very often for like a job, you would need German. There are some exceptions, but usually most jobs they require some kind of German level. And that's why investing in your German skills after getting used to like everything when you move here is a good idea. And that's what I'm doing right now. I have a B1 level currently, and I'm like in a B2 Sprachschule group right now, and it's like basically a German language school, and I'm in B2 group, and I feel very nice there. So yeah, German is probably a very good asset to bring with you if you already started studying it in your school, or you had the choice to, or when you start living here, because people have this idea that if I live in this German-speaking area, I will learn it automatically. No, it won't happen. Things are not as easy as when we were kids right now, and we actually have to put in effort to learn something new. So yeah, but it will pay off. It will be very useful, and you will understand all the gossip in German. When you walk like in the restaurants, or when somebody walks down your street, when you see somebody fighting, you can understand what they're fighting about, you know. Like maybe a couple is like didn't share the coffee, or like yeah, basically. You never know when it's going to be useful. But a lot of people here actually speak English. So for survival, in authorities, grocery shops, restaurants, people on the street actually a lot of people speak English. So don't worry about it for the first time, here. But then I would start studying it for sure. Then what else did I want to cover? I think that was most of the things I wanted to talk about today. Yeah, if you have any questions about the courses, The links will be there where you can find the catalog to like look at the syllabus. You can also write down your questions in the comments down below. On my Instagram, I answer very fast there, and I also post a lot like student life content there. So if you're interested in that, feel free to subscribe. And then see you in another video. Bye bye. Thank you for watching.